The Starfish is a Tier 3 unit that appears in, no way, the Star Pack. It appears as a 3-2, and at level 1 will distribute a 1-1 to a random friend for every friend sold with a sell ability. I've said it before and I'll say it again, the units with sell abilities have the greatest utility when you sell them. A common new player / early game trap is tunnel visioning so hard on building around a beaver or pig that got stats early that you miss potential opportunities to sell it and transition into something better. The Starfish accentuates this fact by giving every sell just that much more sauce. It is very pack dependent, however. Obviously, it is going to do its job the most consistently in the Star Pack, where it originates. Many times I've felt that when the Starfish appears in the weekly pack, there aren't enough sellable units to warrant taking it. But in the Star Pack, units like the Mouse, the Kiwi, and the Crow are must-takes because they proc the Starfish while also giving you targeted scaling. The Zebra is an always take, even with no Starfish, so that's just a win-win-win. And a Platypus giving diverse types of scaling, paying for itself, and proccing the Starfish 3 times potentially makes it worth it to run a 3-squad. Even with no Platypus, 4 and even 3-squad Starfish builds can be viable so that you always have spots to rotate units through, and this ensures the greatest amount of buffs will be concentrated towards the units that you are wanting to scale. If you know what you're looking for, and are lucky enough to get it, a Starfish is one of the fastest, most consistent, and most fun ways to scale in auto pets. Now, this first early game shop was really important. I would say the unit that you're going to have at the very end that got the most buffs from the Starfish is going to be a tier 1. Normally, a seahorse, an iguana, I think a pillbug is the best, though. The best one you could get. Because the pillbug also provides scaling, too. Now, one of the things that's interesting about the Starfish, that you need to have some meta knowledge. There's some meta knowledge required to really, like, set up. Like, I'm keeping these cell units around, predicting that I'm going to get a Starfish for when I do get it, you know? And I would say that in order to get the maximum return on a Starfish build, you gotta spec a couple points into the Strawberry build, at least off the rip, because as you can see there, the Kiwi, that's targeted scaling for your Strawberry friends. And to be honest, as I was recording this, I didn't feel great about this recording, just because here we are, we're on turn 5 and we have not gotten a Starfish yet. But this is just indicative of why you should never give up. Anything is possible. There's 2 wins and there's the Starfish. Like I said, never doubt yourself. Every single gambler who quit was just one hand away from hitting big. Let's get the Starfish in here. That's super lucky right there that the Starfish did not hit the other mouse. And right there, since we've got 2 level 2 mice that we're selling, we're distributing 6 stat points. Just in there, just in those 2 cells selling my mouses. Get another Starfish in here. And now you can really see, like, just in that one turn, we got hella stats. And now we're on to 3 wins. Forgo the double Starfish and pull out this cheeky little fast track for my level 2 pillbug there, because we get the level 2 Starfish regardless. And then we're going to start leaning a little bit harder into the Strawberry build these next couple turns. The Starfish does provide much more than supplemental scaling, but I won't lie, the Strawberry build does some work in this video as well. Because with all these units right here, like, how are you not going to? And clearly I'm thinking about how I'm going to get the Platypus in here. It's a necessary step. And what do I do? I give the Strawberry to the Pelican. You want to be scaling, I would say, 2 units. 2 units and the Starfish. Even though we lost on that one, I would say scaling 2 units in the Starfish, having 2 strong ballasts with the Starfish, and then a couple other support units, or keeping the slots open so you can get some more buy cells going on. And I decide that it is worth it to keep the shoe bill in instead of getting all the triggers off the Platypus, which is going to pan out in the end. Love the Zebra. Love the zebra. Throwing burgers. Love the zebra. And that's 4. Good thing I stopped myself there. Definitely want to clear out the shop before we combine something on turn 10, get a tier 6, and it's a Velociraptor. That is exactly what we want for this build. The Velociraptor is the apex of Strawberry build, potentially one of the best units in the game. Definitely one of the best units in this pack. And yeah, we're getting that consistent scaling off the Strawberry build, but we've always got something in the chamber. That Duckling, that's in the chamber right now. We're going to let it rip. We're going to let it rip on this next one. Get a couple HP on our Velociraptor. Same thing with the mouse. Fire some shots off, get some numbers on the board. Give the apples to the Pelican. That Pillbug is almost a 50-50. Let's evenly distribute our buffs. And the buy-sell as well is extremely nice with the way that it encourages you to think about your gold. I feel like a lot of new players, they see that everything costs 3 and that you have 10 gold and think, okay, well, I can make 2 or 3 or 4, sometimes 4, important decisions every round, when that's not necessarily the case. The Starfish and just buy-sell builds in general, they encourage you to think about your gold as a more fluid resource that you have much more immediate control over than you might initially think. And there's a turn coming up here that's going to exemplify that. The gold system is almost freeing in how limited it is. I hope that makes sense. We might see it here. Yes, we're freezing all these cell units. There's another cell unit, one more roll. There's a Starfish. We're not going to take the level 3 Starfish, but we do have 4 sellable units frozen right there. This next turn, we're going to be buying and selling. This next turn, we didn't freeze the Starfish, and what's there? A Duckling. And so now we have a huge decision to make here. But it's not that huge, because we're immediately getting the Shoebill out of here, so we can do some insane buy-sell right now. Order of operations. You buy the Zebra, you sell the Zebra. Throw out a 6-6 to the whole team. A lot of our buffs are being concentrated on our 50-50 Pillbug. That is a downside, definite downside of the Starfish. It's giving out nice buffs, but they are random. See, that's great. We love our Starfish to be given the buffs to the Pelican, the Velociraptor. Every single buff it gives to the Pillbug is down the crapper, unfortunately. But that's just the risk you take. You can't be asking for everything to go your way when you have a 50-50 on round 13. See, and I have to assume that they were doing something similar running that 3 squad at the time they are. Mad lad. Freezing the popcorn to put it on one of our tier 6s in the event that it'll spit out a Shamu, which will then spit out something with a feint ability. Essentially just wanting to accentuate the cheese for as long as possible. And the Stegosaurus, the most of the dinosaurs are just insanely good, as you would expect. Don't take the platypus when you're at the edge of victory. On 9 wins, you take the items that are going to help you skirt across the finish line. By the dried skin on your lips, on your chapped lips, you're gonna make it over the finish line. Oh, and this donkey team completely, like, they could have broken my coconut armor with an ant, but the donkey lifted the Starfish forward and protected the Pelican. Oh, man. That's how a Starfish be doing. Hey, if you want updates on what I'm working on or care about my just general bullshit, I'm gonna start posting things like that on Twitter. Right now, it's a lot more retweets than tweets, I'll be honest. They're good, though. Feel free to hit me with questions and suggestions. And if you don't want to follow me, that's totally fine. Video essays are the main focus of the channel, and I've basically always got one cooking in the oven. But in the meantime, you can expect semi-consistent Autopets content because I like making it, it's good editing exercise for me, and I need to remind the algorithm that I am still here. Okay, that's it. Like and sub. Thank you. Goodbye.